All right, hello everyone. We're going to be doing multiplying whole numbers today. We'll do decimals in another video, but this is just going to be whole numbers. 2-digit by 2-digit, 3-digit by 2-digit, and then we'll end with a 3-digit by 3-digit. So we'll kind of start off smaller and work our way to the big guys. We'll crawl, we'll walk, and then we'll run. Sound good? If at any point I'm going too fast, just pause it, let yourself catch up. Go back to pressing play and go with us. We know that I tend to go a little bit fast and need to slow down. So I'm going to do my best to watch my speed. All right, I'm going to show you both ways, traditional and the area model way of multiplying. So the first problem we're going to do is 35 times 26. So 35 times 26. So we are going to have 2 levels worth of work because our bottom number here is a 2-digit number. We're going to have to multiply the 6 through all the way, but we're also going to have to multiply this 2 through all the way, which is actually a 20. And we'll talk about that more in a little bit, but that's one of the biggest mistakes is kids will just go 6 times 5, 2 times 3, and they say we're done. But unfortunately, that is not the way that the inventors of math said it should go. So we're going to take care of the 6 here. 6 times 5 is 30. 3 goes up with the tens place. 0 stays down below in the ones place. 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20, 21. So for 35 times 6, we get 210. Now, there are no other numbers over here for me to multiply this 6 with, so I'm going to cross it out so I don't think I have to use it again, as well as that number I carried above. Now, the next part's important. I'm moving on to my 2, but this 2 really isn't a 2. It's really a 20. It's a 2 in the tens place. It's really a 20. So instead of having to go through everything thinking of it as a 20, we drop the bomb, put the placeholder, lay the egg, whatever you want to call it, there so that the 0 for that 20 is always there. It's our placeholder. Now we're going to multiply the 2 through. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 3 is 6, plus that 1 is 7. And the very last step with this is to add. We have 2 lines of work now. So 0 plus 0 is 0, 1 plus 0 is 1, 2 plus 7 is 9. So we get an answer of 910. So that's the traditional way, which some people love. Some of us love the area model. And I know how many boxes to draw because it's a 2-digit by 2-digit, right? 2 digits by 2 digits. So I know I'm going to have 4 boxes total worth of work. Okay, now remember to find the area, we first need to expand these. So 35 in expanded form is 30 plus 5. 26 in expanded form is 20 plus 6. And it really doesn't matter where, if you put the 26 up here and the 35 over here, that part doesn't matter. But you do have to keep the 30 and the 5 together and the 20 and the 6 together. Okay? All right. We are going to go through now and multiply. Now remember, this is called the area model because you're essentially finding the area of each of these boxes, length times height, base times width, side times side, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Speaking of, some people prefer to write the numbers on all the sides so that they don't get confused on what they're multiplying. If that's helpful for you, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. So this first box here, I like to draw my lines to remind me what I'm multiplying. So this one is 20 times 30. And 2 times 3 is 6. I have 2 zeros in my question, so I'm going to have 2 zeros in my answer thanks to our lovely friend powers of 10. Okay, our next block, I like to do the top row all the way. Next block is this one, which is 20 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 0 in my question, 1 0 in my answer, thanks to powers of 10. Okay, and you see that the 20, which is on both sides here, The 20 showed up in both those boxes because it's associated with with all these lines. It's this line, and this line, right? So it makes sense that he went all the way through. Now, next level. This box is 6 times 30. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 0 in my question, 1 0 in my answer. Okay, my last box here is 5 times 6. And 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, we now have answers in all of our boxes. So just like with our last step in the traditional model, our last step in the area model is to add. So I'm going to go through 600, 180, 100, and 30. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 answers. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's always wise to kind of make sure you have all your numbers, especially as we get to the bigger problems. So we have 0, 8, 9, 10, 11, 6, 7, 8, 9. And look at that, we get back to our 910. Very good. Okay, let's try a 3-digit by 2-digit. So this will be letter B. Letter B. Okay, and we're going to do 415 times 63. Okay, and we're going to do our traditional way first, and then we will go through and do the area model. So traditionally, we're going to start with our 3, our ones place on the second level here. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 1,245 for our first row. Now I have no reason to keep that 3 or that 1 around, so I'm going to cross them off and move on. Now my next level of work is this 6, but again, that 6 is not really a 6, it is a 60, so we're going to use our placeholder to hold that spot so I can just think of it as a 6. I don't want to think of 60 as I'm multiplying all the way through here. I just want to do 6. So 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. 6 times 4 is 24. And I'm ready to add. 5 plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 0 is 4. 9, 10, 11. 4, 5, 6. 2. Now you might be wondering why my zeros for the placeholders have lines through them. They are still zeros. I just put the line through them so I remember why that zero's there. I know that this 0 is there for a placeholder. It's not from doing math on any of the work. So, just clarifying that. So we get 26,145. Now let's check out our area model. Now this one I'm going to have 3 rows in 3 columns in 2 rows. Let me get that right. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 3-digit by 2-digit, so I have 6 boxes for my work. Now we need to go expanded form. This 415 is 400 plus 10 plus 5. I can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, and then this over here is a 63, and that is 60 plus 3. Now let's go through our boxes. Again, if you like to write all the numbers all the way around, totally do it. No problem with that. Okay. This one here is 60 times 400. 6 times 4 is 24. There's 1, 2, 3 zeros. So there are 3 zeros in our answer. Okay, middle box here, 60 times 10. 6 times 1 is 6. 2 zeros, 2 zeros. Again, powers of 10. We're moving that decimal to the right because we're multiplying. And our last block here, 5 times 60. 5 times 6 is 30, 1 0, 1 0. Now again, you see that 60 is going all the way through because it is in line with, it's all of these lines, and that's what we're trying to find is the area of each of those boxes. All right, next level. Going down to this one, we have 3 times 400. 3 times 4 is 12. 1, 2 zeros, 1, 2 zeros. We have 3 times 10. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 0, 1 0. And our last one there, 3 times 5, 15. Now, again, you see the 3 going all the way through because look, 3, 3, 3, 3, right? So the 3 is what's being passed all the way through. And then we add 24,000, 1,200, 600, 300, 30, and 15. 5, 4, 11, 6, 2. 26,145. Okay, so we had a 2-digit by 2-digit, 3-digit by 2-digit. We crawled, we walked, now it's time to run. All right, C. 623 times 451. All right, let's give it a go. Again, traditional first. How many levels of work do you think I'm going to have here? Take a second to guess. I can't hear you guessing, but do it anyway. Hopefully you said 3 levels of work, 4 if you're counting the addition, the end result and answer there. So let's take care of this one. And we know there's 3 levels because there's 1, 2, 3 digits in our answer that we're going to, or in our question that we're going to have to pass through. So 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 6 is 6. Now, there is nothing left for me to do with this one, so I'm crossing it out, moving to my next level. Now, my next level, if you recall, is the 5. But is that 5 really a 5? I hope you're shouting no. That 5 is really a 50. So we're going to give it a placeholder so that the 0 that goes with the 50 is already there. Now, 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31. Okay, again, nothing left to do with the 5, so I'm going to cross it out as well as all my little things that I carried over there. Okay, my last line here is the 4, but is the 4 a 4? Hopefully you're telling me no. The 4 is really a 400, so we need 2 place values on this line. So that the 400. And then 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 4 times 6 is 24. It's a 4 there, it's a little hard to see. Okay, what's our last step? Hopefully you're telling me to add. So 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2. 280,973. Now, if you thought that was a lot, we got a 3 by 3 multiplication system going on over here on the next round. So we're gonna do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for those that are trying to draw it as close to mine as possible, when I do the vertical lines here, I'm counting 2 lines per digit. So like I know there's gonna be 1, 2, 3 digits, so I need 6 lines. 1, 2, 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Just so I have space to show work, because I like to do the what's multiplying, and then these you just kind of eyeball and hope for the best. All right. Again, I'm gonna break these into expanded form. 623 is 600 plus 20 plus 3. 451 is 451. And for this one, it might be helpful, even if you don't like it on the other ones, to go ahead and do this unless you're really good with the area model and you don't need it to look at it. But I see the value in it. Once a student showed it to me, I was like, that makes sense. All right, anyway, starting with my first box. This is 400 times 600. 4 times 6 is 24. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 4 zeros. So 240,000 in that one little box. Okay. This box is 400 times 20. 4 times 2 is 8. 1, 2, 3 zeros. And again, this is all because of those powers of 10 that we love so much. And then our last box on this row is 400 times 3. And what number do you notice has gone all the way through that row? Hopefully the 400, right? Because it's this line, this line, this line, this line. So 1,200. All right, next row. Dealing with the 50s now. So let's do this one. We have 50 times, this line is the 600, so 50 times 600. Sorry, these pens kind of get goopy or whatever. All right, 5 times 6 is 30. We have 1, 2, 3 zeros. So 30,000. Middle box, this middle one always seems to be the one that tricks people because it's hard to see the numbers. It's still 50 because this line's still 50. And then if we draw that line across there, that line is this line is that line, so we're at 20. 50 times 20, 5 times 2 is 10, 1, 2 zeros. So we're at 1,000. All right, and then this one here is 50 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15, 1, 0, 1, 0. Now again, you see the 50 going all the way through because that was the 50s row. Now the last row here is the ones row, which will make our multiplication a little simple, but we'll take it. 1 times 600, and I'm gonna practice my powers of 10 thing even though I know what the answer is. 1 times 6 is 6, 2 zeros, 2 zeros. 1 times 20, 1 times 20. 1 times 2 is 2, 1, 0, 1, 0. 3 times 1 is 3. Okay? Again, that 1 went all the way through. And my last step, hopefully you're yelling it out, is to add. Now I'm going to see if I can make it work over here. Okay. So let's see. We have 240,000. We have 30,000. We have 8,000. 1,200. 1,000. 600. 150. 20 and 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did that just to make sure I didn't forget any numbers. So 0, 3, 0, 5, 6, 7, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more is 9. 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 2. So 280,973, just like above. So again, there's no right or wrong to knowing which one's best. Both methods will help you solve multiplication. Both methods will work for you. Obviously, as the numbers get bigger, the digits get bigger, you're going to have a lot more work on this one, and there's a lot more room for error. Okay, a lot of people will do all of this part fine, and then all of a sudden they make 1,100. They write it wrong or something silly like that. So there is room for a mistake. I feel more with the area model, but I also see a lot of usefulness to the area model in the fact that it organizes your thinking a lot more. Okay, so pick practice both ways, and then as you go through, maybe on certain problems like the 2-digit by 2-digit, you'll really like to use the area model. And then as you get to the bigger ones down here, like the 3 by 3, or when you get to 4 by 4, 5 by 5 digit numbers, maybe you'll like this a little bit better. There's no right or wrong way to do this. So if you want another video with this kind of stuff, or if you want anything clarified, just go down into the comments and leave a comment asking your question or making your request for whatever you feel is needed. But again, you can practice this on your own. Make up a problem just out of your head, solve it, and check it with a calculator. If you get the same number with your calculator, then obviously you're on the right track. If you didn't get the same numbers that it came up on the calculator, you probably want to go back and try it again. And if you still can't figure it out, put a thing in the comments asking for help solving that exact problem, and I'll do a little short video with that problem. Okay? Hopefully that's helpful. Hope you guys are all doing well. Have fun.